and this is Naveen. In this HTML video series, in the last class we discussed about the HTML text formatting tags, right? So in this video we're going to discuss about the HTML list tags. Okay, so what is HTML list tag? Generally, in Word document we just write some items in list format, right? Suppose you want to display some colors, so we just write point number one red, point number two blue, like that. We just list out, okay? Or else we just use some bullet points like dots or circles or squares, like that. Or we can give some numbering system for each list item, right? Same concept in HTML. If you want to display these type of list, if you want to any list of items you want to display, or list of categories, or any type of information like this, you have to go for the HTML list tags. Okay, so in HTML they divide all the list items, or the type of lists are categorized into two types. Okay, so one is ordered list and one is unordered list. Okay, what is ordered, what is unordered? Ordered means it's perfectly ordered, means it's like 1 2 3 4, or A B C D, or Roman numbers. Those things are called as ordered, and these ordered lists will be represented with the tag called OL. OL stands for order list. And one more is there, unordered list. What is unordered list is UL tag. Unordered means like dots or circles or squares. So for those type of information, we go with unordered list. Okay. And in that we have to write the each list item. Okay. So complete list either unordered or ordered. In that each list item you have to write, that is a tag called LI tag. So list item. Okay. So I just show you how to use them. So before we're gonna start with, I just create a file, right click new HTML 06 underscore HTML, unordered list. Okay, so let me change the title. So HTML, so unordered list. Okay, fine. So as I told, unordered list. First, let me open this in the browser. Let me close the text formatting and refresh. Yeah, let me open the file first. Yeah, unordered list. Fine. So now, as I told, unordered list means it will display like all the dots or circles or square. So, but how you represent the unordered list is UL tag. Okay. So I write UL tab, enter. So if you say UL, you get some unordered list. Nothing has come because there is no list items involved here. If you want to write a list items, there is a tag called LI tab. You can just write li and tab, ideally shortcut, just say li tag, right? So just say li tab. I got list item. In that I write something called html. Now what happened? See, html at display with the default some dots. Okay, so next line I can just copy paste the previous line. So you can do keep a cursor in the previous line and control D for Delhi. So just say this to css. What happened to my keyboard? Array. One second. Okay, CSS. Next, Control D. It is JavaScript. You can either write like this, or else I tell you the shortest way. Wait. So I write three list items. It display like this. I don't want to write this much time on it. I write a shortcut way of writing it. Okay. So what is shortcut way? You want to write UL tag, right? So UL tab, enter. Okay, so I want some five list items. So you can just say shortcut is you want five list items, li star 5 tab. Okay, so these type of features are not available in your notepad or notepad plus plus. Okay, so you have to write everything from the scratch, but here you can just start using the editor advantage. Okay, fine. So now HTML, CSS, and JavaScript, and jQuery, and something called bootstrap. Okay, save it, go check. Okay, so I got HTML, CSS, JavaScript, jQuery, and Bootstrap. Okay, fine. So this is how you write a unordered list in HTML. Okay. One more thing. If you don't mention any type, actually you can mention a type. If you don't mention any type, it will display by default this type of dots. This is called as a disk. This dot is not called data, it's called disk. If you want to change the type, there are actually four other types out there. You can use them. So how to change the type of this disk or square or circle is for UL tag. You can say type what type of another list you want. If I say disk, you get something called disk. So disk is by default. If you mention or not, disk will come. I just send this to something called circle. If I say circle, see all circles has come. Okay. Or else you go with something called square. If you say square, see you get all the squares. One more is there, something called none. None means no circles, no dots, no squares. Okay. So by default, I say something called disk. So you get something like this. Okay, that's about unordered lists. Fine. But still, anyway, we don't compromise on this black and white story. We have to add some styles and looks and feel like a proper unordered list. Okay, let me add some basic styles and then we'll continue with the other types. Okay, so how to add styles is you can go with style tag, UL. Okay, I want to change the font family. So font family, Arial sans serif. Okay, and I want to give some background color. So background color something called some dark red. Oh, not looks good. Let's go for something called orange red. Fine. And I want to add some nice box shadow. So let's add some box shadow 00, some 10 pixels and black. Okay, I got some box shadow. Fine. But each list item I want some color. Each list item means see here. If I say UL, all these styles applicable only for the UL tag. Now I want to add some styles specifically for the list item also. How to do that? See, the list item is called as the child element for the UL. So UL is a parent element, the parent tag, and LI is a child tag for that. So if you want to represent the child with respect to the parents, you can write like this: UL space LI. If I say space LI, I want to apply the styles for the li tag only, but which is the child of ul. Okay, you can write like this. So li, what styles you want? I want to change some light background color. I say the background color light salmon. Yes, got it. And let me give some gap between each HTML and all this. You can go with something called margin. Margin some 5 pixels. So you can give a space inside. Okay. But I have just zoom it. If you keep it back to 100% is like this, but it's not visible. One last thing is font family. I say sorry, font size some 35 pixels. Okay, something nice, looks good. Okay, so this is about the UL tag in HTML. Okay, and we also learn the various types of UL tags, right? Let's do that as well. So what you do, this is just disk. I want circle, square, and none as well. So what you do is simply copy this UL and paste it. Dude, there's some problem with my keyboard. Okay, paste it. This is something called square. So you got a square, yes. And below this, paste it. I go with something called circle. So I got some circles as well. And the lastly, I want something called none. So type none. You get something called none. None means nothing. Okay. So this is about unordered list in the HTML. Okay. So disk, square, circle, and none. That's it. Okay. So enough for this unordered list, and also we'll see the order list because same concept. So let me do the order list as well, but I'm not going to do with the same file. I go with the some other file. So let's close this. Go to your web stream and create a new HTML. You can just right click new HTML 07 underscore ordered list. Okay, oh, HTML underscore HTML underscore unorder or order list. Okay, so you have to maintain one more thing. You have to maintain the file names like this because I saw many people they write they don't follow the basic rules and rules of the software industry. You know, in software industry, you have to write the file names like this. But I saw many students, I don't know why they write like because they write a.html, b.html, or 1.html, 2.html, 3.html. What is that nonsense? See, we all have a name, right? A person have a name. I might have a name, Naveen, and you have a name something. File also name, right? That's a file name. So if you write a.html, b.html, yes, it works, no problem. But the problem is, after you finish all the tags, if you write all the tags with a.html, b.html like that, one fine day, once you finish all the HTML files, I want to check which file belongs to what concept. How you get to know? A.html, we don't know what concept. B.html, we don't know what concept. Okay, so don't be so lazy. Keep writing a proper names. Okay, so which we can understand by seeing the file name itself instead of opening the file and see what concept it is. By seeing the file name itself, we should understand what is this mean for. Okay, so please maintain each what you call each files with a file name. Okay, fine. I hope this I wanted to tell you, but your wish. But in company is must and should because one fine day your manager will call you and give left and right because they won't allow you to write this type of things because you know this is a team. Not only you have to understand your code, your the complete team has to understand your code. And even once you resign from the company, in your place someone else will come and they have to understand what you have written. Okay, so now till now it is just very basic tags and all, but when you go with JavaScript and all, there are almost 1,000 2,000 lines code you have to write. So you should know which is belongs to what, and variable names it should be very careful you have to declare. Okay, if you don't declare the variables with a or b and function with m1 m2, that's nonsense. Okay, so you have to write a proper naming structure, and we discuss the rules and all when you start with JavaScript and all. Okay, so please maintain a proper names for the files and even for the tags. Okay, fine. So now we'll see one more thing called order list. Okay, so let me change the title. So HTML ordered list. Okay, let me open the file first. Let me refresh. Yeah, open the file in the browser. Order list. Yeah. So order list, as I told, OL tag. Just say OL tab, enter. And order list or unordered list. List item will be LI tag only. So I want LI star 5 tab. So 5 LI. So I say again HTML, CSS, and JavaScript, and something Bootstrap, and something ReactJS. Okay, some items. So let's check. See, I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So five list items. I got some numbers 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, fine. So now here, see, previously another list we got disk or the dot as a default. So now here 1, 2, 3, 4 as a default. You can change this. How to change? There are some other types are there. You want to change the type. You can say again OL type 1. If I say 1 or not, by default 1. I say A, you get some ABCD. I say capital A, you get some capital ABCD. You say something called small I, you get some lowercase Roman numbers. You say capital I, you get some uppercase Roman numbers. Okay, so like this, there are some five types are there, and let me go with the one that is 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, fine. So nothing much to explain here because we already seen this in another list. But I want to apply some other styles for this content. Okay, so go back to your head section, write a style tag OL, and what do you write? Let me write some background color, something different. I go with any color, uh, dark green color or something. Oh, that looks good. Green. Okay, let's go with the lime green. Yeah, I got some lime green color. Yeah, well and good. Let me add some box shadow 00. Same styles only color change. Black. Okay. And let me change the list items also, and also font. I forgot the font to family again, Comic Sans MS comma sans serif. You can do this one, and fine, you can change some other something called Casteller font. Okay, but this not looks good, it's little ugly. Go with the Comic Sans MS. Yeah, so I got some list items, and let me give some extra margin for them. So that is what OL, dude, OL space LLI, open close. Okay, so list item in the child of OL. Let me give some background color. What is that? Something called light green color, something. Okay. Let me give some space. That's the margin. Margin some 5 pixels. Okay, fine. So I have just zoom it. So keep it back to 100% is like this. Let me give some font size. So, don't know, something happened. Yeah. So the font size, so go with 35 pixels. Go check. Yes, I got some font size. Okay. So this looks nice. Okay. You want, you can change some colors and all. Okay. Fine. And also we'll see all the different types. 1, 2, 3, 4 is there. And let me copy this and paste it. I go with the type A. You get some A, B, C, D, and paste. I go with something called small I. So I got some Roman numbers, and I just paste something called capital I. I go with capital Roman numbers, and some are went outside. That's no problem because we have not learned that level of CSS till now. So leave it. And lastly, you can even do with the capital A for capital ABCD. Okay, fine. So these are the 5 types about order lists. Okay, fine. So this is about the example on order list on unordered list. Okay, you can even write a nested list also, that you can have it right. Okay, so enough for this video, and we're gonna meet very soon for the next video for some next HTML tags. Okay, thank you so much for watching, and please subscribe to my YouTube channel, and thank you.